Hello, we're jumping straight to being live because I'm really late starting compared to what I would want to do. I had to go out and drop something off for uh, dinner for some friends of mine, so usually I'd start a little before dinner and just eat while I play. I still have food here that may or may not be hot, but that's okay. We're gonna be here, we're gonna play, we're gonna do our thing. Anyway, so with that, let's just hop into more Final Fantasy XIV. I hope to actually do story today, unlike last week, where we ended up doing strictly job quests. The fun part is we can't do any more job quests until I get through more story. So, there's that. That is my Discord join noise. Don't at me. It's fine. Fun. All right. I know this is a side quest, but I'm gonna be really quick about it, I promise. I'm gonna do this and then we'll go check our cactpots. And then we'll get to story. Sure, let's get female chocobo. Alright. Mini cactpots. The wonderful thing about the gold saucer is you always make money. It's great. Even if it's not much. I spent what, 10 GP on this? Or MGP? And the minimum amount of MGP I get back is 36, so at very bare minimum I make back 26 MGP. Alright, go win the jackpot. Hell yeah. Can I change my Twitch name? I'm gambling already. That's how I start. Yeah. Time to go do our Jumbo Cactbot, and then we'll get to story. Promise, I won't spend long in the gold saucer. And you stick on Thaumaturge for a little bit. All consolation prizes. That's okay. Alright, now. Pray return to the waking sands. That's it. There we go. Yeah. Some point I do need to make my retainers for Aelin. Get them working so I can make a little bit of extra money. Look. I was trying to eat. Until not so very long ago, you were but one of many adventurers seeking to make their way in Eorzea. But for your character and courage, you were raised to the esteemed post of envoy. Thereafter, you traveled the realms, aiding those in need without thought of reward, confirming to Thancred that the Scions would benefit from your aid. And no sooner had you joined us then you personally bested the Primal Ifrit. You have achieved a great deal in your short time, and won fame in so doing. Alas, fame does not come without a price, as you will soon discover. We have guests, Aelin, or rather, you have guests. Beg pardons. Ah, Lady Memphilia, radiant as always. I am given to understand that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have but recently welcomed a new hero into their midst. I am here on behalf of the Maelstrom Grand Company of Linsa Laminsa to offer said hero a place of honor within our ranks. As you can see, Aelin, your recent exploits have garnered the attention of the Grand Companies of Eorzea. Each organization would have Ifrit's Bane for its own. In the end, all three have sent officers to court you. They would not ordinarily go to such lengths to enlist new recruits. That they have is evidence of their high regard for you. I find myself wondering how word of Aelin's deed spread so quickly. That the immortal flame should know of her triumph is to be expected. But what of the other grand companies? Your reputation precedes you, Mistress Fireheart. 'Tis no ordinary woman who can face a primal and emerge the victor. The Order of the Twin Adders has need of valiant women such as you. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us ensure the peace ever reigns in the Twelveswood. What pleasure it is to finally meet you, Mistress Fireheart. My comrades speak of you with the most glowing terms. Why, even before you aided us against the Amalja and their dread primal, yours was already a respected name in Ul'dah. Our people know you and love you as well. A woman of your talent, along with the immortal flames, join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us secure a prosperous, not preposterous, prosperous future for Ul'dah. The Admiral was not exaggerating when she said you have the look of a hero. Full oft does she speak of you, friend. It is only natural that we should want you for the Maelstrom. Join your strength to ours, and together let's grant vessel of Linsa Laminsa to the shores of glory. I love just how dumbfounded you look by all this. Lady Memphilia? Very well. Though I am quite sure you need no reminder, mayhaps a brief summary of the situation would help clarify your thoughts on this matter. As you know, the Grand Company is our all-encompassing organization empowered to call upon the martial, economic, and technological resources of their respective city-states in time of strife. There are presently 3 such organizations in Eorzea: the Maelstrom of Linsa Laminsa, the Order of the Twin Adder of Gridania, and the Immortal Flames of Ul'dah. Serving a grand company means serving the nation to which it belongs. It will be charged with the defense and tasked with advancing its cause. In return for your faithful service, you will be furnished with various rewards, some of which may well prove useful to you in your other endeavors. If you are agonizing over which of the grand companies best deserves your loyalty, be at ease. The commitment you make this day need not be permanent. Should you wish to shift your allegiances at a later date, you're entitled to do so. And yet, I concede that it's no small choice for you to face. Ah, a thought occurred to me. You will, of course, recall the 3 city-states are planning to hold a remembrance service. Well, as part of the proceedings, I am given to understand the leaders of each Grand Company will be delivering speeches. Hearing these addresses ought to help you make an informed decision. What say you, dear officers? A fine suggestion. You are as wise as you are beautiful, my lady. Very well. Let Aelin hear our leader speak, then return here with her decision. We are eagerly awaiting your answer. I know full well that adventurers are, by their nature, a liberty-loving breed, and not best suited to the discipline of military service, but I strongly urge you into joining a Grand Company nonetheless. While the promise of reward is enticing itself, it's not the only benefit. You are possessed of great power, Aelin, and with it you are capable of doing untold good. Yet, know that great power is wont to attract attention. Not all of it friendly. There will be those who wish you ill, and you must need be on the lookout for them. Yet, however vigilant you are but one woman. In the midst of a Grand Company, however, you'll be one woman among many, a friend among friends. Your achievements will be shared, and so will the danger. I can think of no better arrangement. Of course, joining one organization need not mean leaving another. Hope that we can continue to rely on your aid. Twelves knows that we will have need of it in the days ahead. The Grand Company seek to protect their own nation. We Scions, on the other hand, seek to preserve the future of Eorzea as a whole. Similar, and yet not quite the same. Now then, I expect that you will be afield more often in the future. And such, I would have you carry this link pearl with you at all times. It will allow us to stay in touch regardless of location. Here, have a cell phone. Eorzea is changing, Aelin, and you have the power to help shape it anew. None can say what the morrow will bring, but so long as we believe in ourselves, there is naught we cannot achieve. Now, it is time you made ready for your journey. Before you depart, be sure to speak to Tataru. She will apprise you of where and when the remembrance service are due to take place. Alright, I'm done scraping the crispy bits off the bottom of my baking tin. I'm sorry about all the attention you're getting, Aelin. I might have sung your praises a little too loudly, and often to a few too many. Next time I'll be sure to hold my tongue, literally, if necessary. Anyways, I expect you want to know where and when the remembrance services are taking place. If all goes to plan, Gridania's Grand Company, the Order of the Twin Adders, will hold the first of 3 services. The Elder Seedseer Kanae Senna Connie sent out will deliver her address at Mikoto's amphitheater. I should probably mention at this point that due to the organizational challenges involved in assembling all the involved parties, it is possible that the orders of the service might change. Still, there's not much we can do about that, so make your Gridania as your first port of call. Next, you'll need to go to Ul'dah, where the Flame General Raban Ilden will be addressing the masses at the Royal Promenade. Oh, and it's rumored that there's a special guest. How exciting! But, last but not least, you must make your way to the stateroom in Linsa Laminsa, where the Maelstrom Chief Admiral Merweb Blofesuin will be giving her address. The room is accessible via the Admiral's lift. Identify yourself to the sentry, Xanthiel, and he'll admit you. Got all that? Well, off you go, then. I hope you find the Remembrance Service suitably educational. I suggest visiting the city-states in my prescribed order, though, with your record of impeccable timing and luck, the schedule may well change in favor of your preferred travel plans. Farewell. As to say, go in whatever order you want. The game doesn't care. Here's the order that they should happen, but we're writing in a bullshit excuse for you to go whatever's most convenient for you. So, unrelated to this, but today I signed up for a new exercise course because I'm trying to be a little healthier, doing my best. But the reason this one's cool is part of it needs me to have a bow staff and short swords. So that's going to be fun. I don't have a bow staff. I am going to use a broomstick. But I am ordering short swords. They're also training ones, don't worry. I'm not getting anything sharp to do exercising. I looked at sharp ones and then decided that sounds like a terrible idea. Well, there's my Uber.
I lost my son to the calamity.
The three Seedseers are all together.
Some say you couldn't take a step without stumbling over a body.
Baby bun boy?
Our forebears were once strangers in the Twelveswood.
I know it's Raren. But Baby Button Boy. AKA my Uber.
Fearful of the Green Wrath, they hid themselves in the dark recesses of the earth. Yet they dreamed of basking in the dappled sunlight of the forest.
Ren enjoys it in his own way.
Through great effort, they proved their worth to the elementals, and were granted a place beneath the boughs. So it was that Gridania was born, some 5 centuries ago. Working hand in hand, the Hyur and the Elysian settlers sowed the seeds of our civilization, and soon they were joined by folk of all races. So nourished by the waters of unity, and blessed by the light of the matron, Gridania flourished into the great nation it is today.
Do you see the Gridanian standard? There, hanging behind the Elder Seedseer. The entwined serpents represent the unity between Hyur and Elezen. An elegant symbol, do you not agree?
In accordance with the will of the elementals, we have embraced a life of peace. Alas, our neighbors have not always sought the same for themselves, nor for us. Though we Gridanians have no love for war, we have still less for those who would threaten our
Sam
way of
Riegel,
life.
16-year-old boy. Yep, totally.
Ever have
Don't
we
worry about
fought
it.
To protect the sanctity of the Twelveswood. When the Garlean Empire brought its war of conquest to Eorzea, we rallied under the noble standard of the Twin Adder that we might push back the encroaching darkness. And it was we who prepared the ground for the reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, that all the peoples of this realm might stand united against the common threat. "5 years ago, the Alliance met the armies of the Empire upon the fields of Carteneau. It would prove the bloodiest battle in recent memory. Countless Gridanian lives were lost. As Supreme Commander of the Order of the Twin Adder, ever shall I bear the weight of our people's sacrifice. Alas, their loss was not the only tragedy to befall us that day, for soon came the calamity. The scars borne by our forest are a constant reminder of its violence. Our lives have been irrevocably changed, each waking hour a struggle to survive. Driven to desperation, some among us have strayed from the path of righteousness, resorting to banditry, poaching, and other unconscionable deeds. To compound our woes, the Ixal have returned in force, emboldened by our suffering. They test our defenses nigh without cease, and prey upon the vulnerable. So beleaguered from within and without, it is of little wonder that our unity now falters. Dark times are upon us.
Time was a man could walk
pox
the
on that
high
bloody
roads without
Ixal.
fear.
On this day, 5 years ago, countless Eorzeans laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. Please join with me in honoring their memory.
And how do you propose to honor the memory of those you cannot remember, pray tell?
I don't remember Alice's voice sounded like that.
The destruction wrought by the calamity was indiscriminate. It dealt death to Eorzean and Garlean alike. Yet while we have labored to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our lives, the Empire has set about raising steel fortresses here in the Twelveswood. Let none be mistaken. The Garleans remain the greatest threat to our survival. If we are to stand against them, we must remember what it is to be united. Our many troubles blind us to the woes of our fellow man. Thence is harmony lost. Yet harmony is the founding principle of Gridania.
I will never not look at Kane-sana's necklace and not think it's an upside down cow.
We are gathered here to honor the fallen.
Just saying.
Let them be honored not only in word and thought, but through concerted action. I bid you join hands with me once more beneath the Twin Adder standard. And together, let us heal the forest's wounds, that our progeny might live in harmony beneath these ancient boughs. For serenity, purity, and sanctity. We must think of the children.
Woods will be done.
It's up to us to protect the
Follow
forest.
the elementals!
Won't anyone think of the children?
If you'll permit me, Alfino,
Elfino.
and my sister, Alize, at your service. I saw at a glance that you were a fellow traveler. You might call us students of history, sampling the realm's remembrances in pursuit of enlightenment.
That sounds so fucking fake, Alfie. The Cardanians are unfortunate enough to have to contend with two beast tribes. The Ixil are unquestionably the more troublesome. Being naturally a warlike disposition, they want to summon their bloodthirsty primal Garuda. The Sylphs, by contrast, are peaceful in nature, becoming mischievous rather than malevolent, and have long been on friendly terms with the Gardanians until recently, at least. Alas, they have grown aloof, and a change observed at roughly the time they summoned the primal Rama. Interesting note about that. The Ixil, when you think of the Allied Society quest, are the crafting quests, while the Pixies are one of your battle class ones, which is hilarious that the Ixil are the violent ones and the Pixies are not. The Gardanians have no love for war, and they consider open conflict to be last resort. Though they clash with the Ixil ever more regularly, you may be assured that they do it in self-defense. As for the Sylphs, they are as yet bound by a peace treaty, though one wonders how long that it will be before it's broken. Oops. Meanwhile, the Ixil will continue their incursions, spurred on by Garuda and her insatiable appetite for destruction. Whether the Gardanians like it or not, sooner or later, it will come to all-out war. And when it does, the Order of the Twin Adder will need all the help it can muster. How valuable might the aid of a capable adventurer prove to them, then? Alfie, are you trying to hint at something? You're not very subtle about it. Alright. And then I'm gonna be slightly mean and hold as my return point, so, you don't get this, teleport. Sorry! but I had a freeway back. I was gonna use it.
Behold, 'tis the Sultana Nanamo herself!
And Roban as well!
Hark you, souls of flame, drawn to the bosom of the desert, where the fire burns brightest and shall rage forevermore.
Hurrah! Rauban!
Where since antiquity, under the sage and judicious rule of the Ul dynasty, we have wrought sand into gold, where by the grace and glory of Nalthal have our brave sons and daughters flourished and prospered. I speak of Ul'dah!
There, at the Flame General's back flies the Grand Company's standard. Note the sigil. The golden scales of order balance the jewel of prosperity with the flame of might.
Thanks for interrupting every speech with your observations, Alfie.
In Eorzea's darkest hour, on the killing fields of Cartano, none spent more in blood and gold than we. Thus was the 7th Imperial Legion laid low.
So that's how it happened. How soon history forgets.
Yet many left our gates, never to return. Let us pray for our absent brothers and sisters, that they might know happiness in the great beyond, as Thal's honored guests. If the fates were fair, the price we paid that day would have bought us victory. Alas, they are not. And now, but 5 years into this 7th Umbral era, the spirit of sacrifice which granted us our strength is all but dead. Look around you. What do you see? A people divided, downtrodden and enthralled. Where are the merciful alms of the rich? Where is the just steel of the righteous? I ask you, is this the great nation our brothers and sisters gave their lives to save? You who call this living, dishonor the name of the immortal flames. It is but a slow death. Our enemies surround us. The savage hordes of the Amalja wait beside our roads, strangling the lifelines of trade. Meanwhile, the Garleans make mock of our borders and despoil our land of its natural wealth. We stand on a precipice, yet we do not act. Whether trader or soldier, monetarist or royalist, all must recognize that a divided Ul'dah stands to fall. Victory and fortune walk hand in hand.
We're doing good. How are you?
Ye who seek glory and wealth, look not to what little you can snatch from your neighbor, but to the boundless wealth of the world beyond. Now is the time to unite. Now is the time to ride forth. In the name of the Sultana, I beseech you. Line not your own coffers, but those of the immortal flames. Seek not to prosper from Ul'dah, but to restore her to prosperity. As the realm prospers, So
You're
shall
trying to tell the
Ul'Dan.
Eldons
Ul'Dan
to
prospers,
not
so shall our
prosper
people.
and put the money into the city instead?
Ya for
Good luck.
Ul'Dan.
Together we are one.
Your grace.
Raoban? People of Ul'Da, I, Nanimo, 17th in the line of Ul, address you.
Oh,
Much has been made of the wealth of Ul'Da. Yet those who measure that wealth in coins and carats are gravely deceived. For the true wealth of Ul'Da lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. Beloved subjects, I bid you raise aloft the torch of Ul'Da, that her flames might serve as a beacon for all Eorzea to see.
Long live Nanamo!
Glory to the
For
Sultana!
victory and fortune, stride fearless into the inferno, for we are, by fire, reborn!
a little more than 8 people there. It's like at least 20 in the entire city.
Forsooth!
The time is now!
Fancy meeting you again.
Is it really? Alize, won't you even look at us? The Eldons have a long history of conflict with the Amalja, the beast tribe that worships the primal Ifrit. Judging by the look of distaste, I take it you have encountered them. The Eldons do not shy from confrontation. If aught threats their precious prosperity, they will seek to crush it. So, have they dealt with Ifrit thus far, smothering his flames each time it stokes to life? Yet, he is but one of several problems. Though they have been quiet these past 5 years, the Garlands have not gone away. Meanwhile, refugees continue arriving in droves, and Ul'Da has no clear policy on how to deal with them. After all, not even the Sultanate's coffers are bottomless, and even assuming that they had the coin, resources will ever be finite. Which brings me back to the subject of Ifrit. It has been observed that the Amalja are summoning him with ever-increasing frequency. Every time they do so, the Eldon send their forces to smite the Primal, and though they invariably succeed, each victory is bought with blood, the war of attrition which they cannot well sustain. It's not even like, why the fuck are you dragging me around here? It's like, Alphino, do you have to talk and prod at every adventure we come across? Like, let's just continue doing our job. Come on. At such a desperate hour, the adventurer of your experience would most welcome an addition to their ranks. For their sake, I hope the Frame General's words struck a chord with you. Alphino, you can't just tell me to join every free company. Like, choose one. Choose one to bolster. It's fine, Yan. And Raren. Raren's still here. You know what? Let's go take the airship this time. It is slightly cheaper than teleporting. And we're pretty close to the airship, all things considered. Yan? I see. There's another one.
The Garleans are
Did you
another
go with
mark for all the
Trian?
Garleans.
Because,
So much for our
you could
alliance.
add a cat pun in there
It's up
easier.
beyond the seabed.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, hearken unto me. Look upon this, our mighty crimson standard, and tell me your hearts do not swell with pride. "700 summers have come and gone since our forefathers first ran aground in this fertile bay. In that time, guided by the Mother of Oceans, Limsa Lominsa has grown from humble fishing village to uncontested ruler of the 5 seas and beyond.
Ah, yeah, ah, ha, ha, yeah, ha.
Did you look as the Admiral bid you? It is a rather stirring standard, I must say. The crimson field is meant to signify the blood of fallen crewmates, while the black
They are
longship represents
flying.
a pirate vessel.
When the Garlean Empire marched upon Eorzea, we assembled beneath the Maelstrom Standard, and our grand company was reborn. All answered the call, from the Knights of the Barracuda to Hilthier's bloody executioners. And together, we met our would-be conquerors upon the field of Cartano.
I feel like I'm not supposed to have done the rogue quest line to level 30 before coming here, because I don't think after doing that quest line she wants to talk about the executioners.
That day, the world bore witness to the united strength of Limsa Lominsa. I swear to you, no army ever fought harder or with more courage. Yet many of ours did not survive. Join me now in remembering those who fought in the name of freedom and fell. May their souls be returned to the sea.
Freedom. Yes, they have always been rather fond of their freedom. Much as the beast tribes have. Small wonder. Beneath the surface, one would struggle to tell them apart.
It has been 5 long years since the calamity struck. 5 long years of tireless rebuilding. Yet still the wounds of the calamity.
You've just missed
fester and
2
weep.
speeches and Alphanote interrupting everyone with comments
When
about
I
banners.
stand atop the mizzenmast and gaze out upon our battered and broken vessel, I see an undying spirit. Did we not build all this from the wreck of the Galadian all those centuries ago? Shall we not do so again? Yet there are those who would see this ship of ours sink beneath the waves of the restless Rotano. The Sahagin creep ashore seeking blood for their accursed god.
Those fishbuck
The Sahagin
bastards.
have risen?
While the mines of Ogomoro spew forth kobolds who push ever south, despoiling our lands as they go. These savage beast tribes will be the first waves to crash against our creaking hull. And behind them swells the grim tide of the Garlean Empire. Even now, the Curs fly their flags within our borders. Doubt not, but that they will be upon us ere long. We are well nigh surrounded. Yet there are those among us who would rather turn their swords against their crewmates than our cannons against our foes. How can we hope to repel our many enemies when mutiny breeds below deck? There is but one course left to us. One bearing that will bring us victory over the beast hordes and the Empire both, and see this ship safe to port. We must mend the rift the Calamity has reopened twixt Pirate and Maelstrom, and stand fast with our adventurer brothers against the coming tempest. Mark ye well, a crew without unity is no crew at all. 'Tis but a mass of drowned men. To me, then, brothers and sisters of the sea, gather beneath the undying crimson standard, and pledge me your strength, your skill, your wisdom. And with the guidance of the navigator, this great vessel of ours shall ride the waves, till sea swallows all.
Long live the Admiral! Melvin!
Gather the lads!
Oh, where's me cutlass?
I'll follow ye to the seven hells, Admiral!
Fancy meeting you again.
Is it really Alphanode? Should expect it at this point. At the Admiral's mention of in her address, Linsela Minsa is plagued by two beast tribes. First are the fish-like Sahagin, worshippers of the primal Leviathan. The second is the kobolds, who dwell beneath the earth and take the primal Titan for their god. As if the beast tribe's presence weren't troublesome enough, the Garleans have also chosen to erect a fortress right in Linsela Minsa's backyard. And that is to say, not of internal strife. As the nation of pirates, there is no end to the blood feud between various factions. And while they fight amongst themselves, the Garleans whet their blades and watch. If Lominsans are to have any hope of withstanding the Empire, they must first resolve their own affairs. Differences must be set aside. Primal threat dealt with once and for all. And to this end, I expect that they will soon take decisive action against the beast tribes. Mark my word, the Maelstrom standard will be drenched in a deeper shade of crimson ere long. That a capable adventurer like you would be a valuable addition to their crew is beyond question. Thanks, Alfie. Aelin, this is Pamphylia. You are well, I hope. I'd be correct in thinking that the final remembrance service is now concluded? A moment ago, you say. What a coincidence! Just aside, I trust you remember our guests from the Grand Companies? Well, Delighted though we are to have them here at the Waking Sands, it will not do to keep them in suspense any longer than necessary. In short, hurry back. Get these fuckers out of my office, bitch! Oh, I see. They are multiplying. There's 2 of them now. This is just getting out of hand. Oh. Thank you. Now, the real thing to figure out. I'll have to see if all of the heirs. You abandoned our sister in Gridania. I didn't even see them. And I'm not convinced these aren't all some already existing Chrysos heirs. But that just makes the whole challenge to guess who's each Chryso heir that much harder if they potentially have 2. He's online right now. Okay. Finyan is still online, but none of the other Chrysos heirs are. Alright, do you want me to go back to Gridania before I go to the Waking Sands? I appreciate the Phoenix Down. Okay. Now the question is, are they by the amphitheater? Are they by the inn? We're gonna start with the inn and then go over to the amphitheater. Doesn't look like there's been the inn. Oh, there she is. Here they come. Alright, where's the last sister? They went offline. Fascinating. Alright. Well, I was gonna yell at them to come get, their, sisters, but they went offline. So back to story I go. Guys, do I want popcorn? I've been trying to decide this through all the speeches. I did do that. Okay, C starts chanting popcorn, so I take that as a yes. I'm gonna go make popcorn before we select our grand company. One sec. Reborn is obtained. I'm going to spoil that I know exactly what free company I'm joining, and it's purely because 2 out of my 3 classes are based there already. Welcome back, Aelin. Were the Grand Company leader's words illuminating as you had hoped? Each nation is beset with problems. I trust you see now why your service is in such demand. Would that be there were more of you, Aelin? Holy crap, I just realized I still have Star Rail up in the background. It's working through Divergent Universe, and I keep forgetting I'm in the middle of Divergent Universe. Let me turn off Star Rail. It's not up anymore, but I started that this morning. And then signed up for a workout group and walk my dog and...
friend will keep. The wheels of change are in motion regardless.
Brother.
Whatever do you mean, dear sister?
The so-called remembrance ceremonies were little more than standard waving rallies. As though the Calamity and 7th Umbral Era warranted scarcely a mention.
Well, of course they were standard waving rallies. Since you are so observant, mayhap you noticed what mention was made of the Warriors of Light?
I don't think so. Phidon was still in my game when I logged out.
I suppose they must have forgotten the heroes who spared Eorzea a fate worse than the Calamity? No, dear Alisaie, they haven't forgotten these details. They have elected to omit them. Deep are the wounds the Calamity inflicted upon Eorzea. So deep.
I don't think it is, because they still are in the game, too.
Needless to say, the beast tribes and their primals do little to alleviate.
They're leaking from someone else's account.
So, the task of salving Eorzea's wounds falls to the scions of the 7th Dawn, with a little help from our friends, the Grand Companies. Remembrance will yield no remedy. If our world is to heal, we must put the horrors of the Calamity behind us.
Our grandfather would never entrust the fate of the realm to despots who rewrite history to their convenience.
This is true.
There must be another way to cure what ails this world, and I need to find it.
You are most welcome to try. Our paths may differ, but our destination is the same. In time, I dare say we will see eye to eye.
I should hope so.
My lady! We are to escort you!
Hope does not come into it. We share the burden of this fate, dear sister, and will prevail together or not at all. The
Remember
salve
when
will
the
serve only to
twins
close up
were
our present
escorted
wounds.
everywhere? That's a detail I forgot.
But prevent old ones from opening anew.
Welcome back, adventurer. I take it General Arbon's words kindled a fire within you. Yes, for knowing the immortal flames. Excellent. I feared that the incident with the traitor might have soured your opinion of us. It gladdens me to see it isn't the case. But before we can count you as one of our own, you must formally inducted into our ranks. Yep. With their strength joined to ours, we shall surely prevail over our enemies, be they beastmen or Imperials. What brings you to the Hall of Flames this day, adventurer? Is that so? Well then, I must ask you for your name. But let me guess. It's Aelin Fireheart, is it not? Yes, you're just as our man at the Waking Sands described. Thank you for electing to join us. Now, in order to formalize your... Sir! Speak, Private. Imperial, sir. They fired on the Highwind Skyways airship. Scout says she's coming down to the west near Horizon's Edge. Bloody hells! Of all times for this to happen. Aelin, there's no time for formalities. The Immortal Flames need your help now. We are in the midst of a large-scale operation against the Emulja, and we have no one to spare in Western Thanalan. We must get to the ship before the Garleans do. If there are any survivors, see that they do not come to further harm. Now go! The treaties are offline. Just in time for Hoglaya, Meowdemos, and Anaxa to get online. Fascinating. So I'm saying this now. You guys better fucking not make me guess who each of the treaties is as well. I'm not doing alts. I figured that might be what was going on. And I like the Treebies, just too many characters. An adventure? What are you doing here? No way. Let's find some cover first. They're definitely alts. Your mole friend sent you? How do I know you're not an Imperial spy? You don't even have a uniform. Are you alright, sir? Our scouts reported an attack on your craft. Come to rescue you. Aelin Fireheart, yes? Glad to have you with us. I have not seen a craft of this design before. The trader Garland has been busy. The secrets of Magitech are ours by right. They are not to be squandered upon the savages of this land. We're taking this craft back to the fortress. Dismantle it if you must, and bring the engineer. Someone must pay for Garland's crimes. You mean to take the ship back to Castra Meridia along with your friend? Wedge, you have to help him. That fool of a Lullafell was hiding inside the tiny Bronco. Nice looking ship. Not the best place to have taken shelter, I agree. It's the first airship that was built since the Calamity. First since Master Garland, well, since he went missing. After years of work, she was finally ready for her first test flight. And she was soaring, she really was, till those bastards blasted her out of the sky. We attack on my command. Kill them quickly, save the Lullafell if possible. Is that clear, Aelin? Show them what becomes of those who play with fire. Charge! We're under attack! To arms! This guy's running everywhere. Duty complete. Huzzah! Bigged! Wedge, you shouldn't have stayed with the ship. That was a close one. Too close, damn it. So, how's she looking anyways? The auxiliary propeller's dead loss. I think we can wring enough thrust from the main propeller to get us airborne. A few minor modifications and we should be able to fly the tiny Bronco home. The Imperials will come looking for their scouts. But we can defend this position until the engineers leave. You should go, Aelin. You still have unfinished business to attend to at the Hall of Flames. You're not quite one of us yet, though anyone who'd seen you in action today would be forgiven to think otherwise. I just wanted to say sorry, for calling you an Imperial spy and all that. Got that one wrong, didn't I? Seriously, though. If it hadn't been for you and the Immortal Flames lads here, we'd be chained up in the dungeon by now. I'm in your debt, friend. We both are. Wedge. Thank you. We're very grateful. Back to Ulda! All right. Welcome back, Aelin. Word of your deed in the fields reached me long ago. Exemplary service. Rest assured the Garland Ironwork engineers are fine. They were able to get their vessel back in the air before Imperial reinforcements arrived. Your willingness to assist us on such short notice is to be commended. Clearly, your reputation is well deserved. Now then, I believe we have some unfinished business. Shall we continue from where we left off and induct you into the Immortal Flames? For coin and country. Are you ready, Aelin? Let us begin. Aelin Fireheart, you stand poised to enter the sacred trust. The flames of Ul'dah burn bright, casting light where there is darkness and purging evil wheresoever it lurks. We are ever ready to meet the nation's enemies in battle, and be they beastmen, Garleans, or worse. And at the word from the Flame General Robon Eldon, we would gladly lay down our lives to maintain the peace and prosperity of Ul'dah. To join our ranks, you must forsake all other nations. Only then may you commit yourself to the fire and be reborn as an immortal flame. Burn as one of us, Aelin Fireheart, and together we shall chase the darkness from Ul'dah. Do you swear an oath to mark this occasion? And Ul'dah will have need of them in the days ahead. The knowledge and experience of well-traveled adventurers are a valuable asset. Very well. Resolve is plain. Aelin Fireheart, I hereby confer upon you the rank of Flame Private 3rd Class. Welcome to the Immortal Flames, Private. May you fight to the last for coin and country. Can you hear me, Aelin? This is Memphilia. An officer of the Immortal Flames contacted me with news of your enlistment. My congratulations, Private Fireheart. I have no doubt that you are eager to make the acquaintance of your new comrades, but I'd ask you to pay a visit to your old ones first. Remember, though you are now a flame of Ul'dah, you are no less a scion. Pray return to the Waking Sands at your earliest convenience. There are some friends here whom I'd very much like you to meet. We shall be waiting. It seems your presence is required elsewhere. But before you leave, perhaps you could find a moment to speak with Commander Swift. He is not one to see new recruits go to field unprepared. Whenever I think about Commander Swift, all I think about is cursing him out over and over again over fucking Triple Triad. Hated this man. Okay, we're gonna make a quick stop at the Wolves Den. Go unlock some form of PvP. I don't believe I unlocked front lines right now, but we are getting there. I was ready to stand here. I will have to do some PvP on Aelin. After all, the emote for this set of PvP is a holding book emote. We need it. It's time to duel! Crystalline Conflict. Unlocked. I don't have a PvP bar. I was gonna go challenge Baby Bun to a duel, but I'm not making a bar for this. We'll get it when I have one made once I hit level 30 and and do the quest that will make me officially a black mage. Actually, nope, I'm a rogue, not. Okay, mighty and fine on go. This is fascinating PvP, actually. The amount of times one of them gets close to dying and then comes back and then swings the other direction and... Oh. Sorry, Meowdy Mouse. Remember when the Vesper Bay Aetheryte tickets were not a thing and you had to port to Horizon and walk to Vesper Bay all the time? Like, having a base of operations isn't bad. but when it's not easily accessible is when the words "pray return to the waking sand" we're at peak annoyance. Oh, hey, Ida. Hi, Papaluma. Welcome back. It seems you've wasted no time putting your skills to work. How do I know? Why, the recruitment office called to regale me with the tale of your heroics. Pride in his voice was palpable. We Scions are truly fortunate to have you with us, Aelin. Now, when last we spoke, I said that I wanted you to meet some friends. Did I not? Well, I neglected to mention that you have already met. Tataru, please show them in. This way, sirs. Thanks again for getting us out of the mess. We owe you our lives. I didn't think we properly introduced ourselves. I'm Biggs. And I'm... God damn it, man! Or God's man, spit it out, will you? What? At your service! I'm pleased to say that Biggs and Wedge will be staying with us for a while. Magitech-driven contraptions such as airships grow ever more vital to the city-states of Eorzea. As a neutral party, it was judged that we Scions should serve as the keepers of this technology. Of course, for this we need the knowledge of experts, so we requested the assistance of the Garland Ironworks, who very kindly sent us 2 of their finest engineers. Our happy family continues to grow. On behalf of the Scions, I bid you welcome to the Waking Sands. Like every soul here, I love Eorzea, and I count myself blessed to have been given the chance to stand with you all and fight for the future of this realm. Never have I known such fulfillment, such happiness.
Now, having set aside the formalities, we have a favor to ask of you. Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldesion?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have conducted a study at the behest of the Order of the Twin Adder. Papalimo, Ida, a synopsis if you would.
Our task was to survey the behavior of the Sylphs, a beast tribe indigenous to the Twelveswood.
Oh, how to describe them. They look like Gisselgreens, floating ones, that worship the primal Ramu.
Ahem. Though technically a beast tribe, Sylphs are blessed with a comparatively personable demeanor, conducive to peaceful communication.
Offering us an invaluable opportunity to learn what the beast tribes know of the primals.
While Ramu's existence is well documented, the Sylphs do not, or perhaps cannot, summon the primal any longer, insofar as can be ascertained, until such time as we know. It would be unwise to assume that the threat posed by the Primal has passed.
Which leaves Gridania with the added worry of not knowing what they should be worrying about.
In that regard, they are hardly alone. What we can say with absolute certainty is that Gridania has its hands full fending off Garuda, who, I need hardly remind you, is among the most savage and terrible of all known primals.
In short, it is essential that we approach the sylphs in as diplomatic a manner as possible. Words and actions can be misconstrued. The only sure way to communicate our intentions is the echo. Winning the sylphs' favor may well bring us a step closer to mitigating the threat of the primals. Will you help us? I am grateful.
Lovely. Well, as much as I'd like to help, I'm afraid I would be of little use to anyone in Gridania. A veritable babe in the woods. Ida and Papalimo, however, should be able to see the forest for the trees. Is that not so, Minfilia?
Indeed. You are willing?
Leave it to me.
Us, Ida, us!
Alright, guys. It's time. That's what I was just about to ask. What should we name the Chocobo? Could name it Fleetfoot. Bob. It's not Chocobro. Adian already has Chocobro. Bobbert Fleetfoot. I don't think Chocobo McChocoface would actually fit. It just fits. Still not doing it. Hey! Chester Bennington III. Dare say, I think he likes his name. Here's your very own chocobo whistle. Simply blow it, and your feathered friend will come bounding to your side. I do forgive him if he doesn't respond when summoned in crowded city areas or monster-infested layers. Chocobos are stout-hearted creatures, but they have their limits. And lastly, I present you with the Chocobo Rider license. It's required by law. Hell yeah, we can ride a Chocobo now. I don't have to go everywhere on foot. We'll go there later. We know far too little of the sylphs to lay any worthwhile plans. We must call upon the Scions once more if we're able to. Ah, beg pardons. 'Tis a terrible habit of mine to think aloud. But tell me, what brings you to the Adder's Nest? Oh. Well, sure. That's one of the ones they just gave me. I'll have a fledgling dodo. I know I just rolled my minion, but someone gave me more minions, so. Hail, adventurer! I bid you welcome to the Adder's Nest. Do you seek to entwine your destinies with the Twin Adders? Who is Peace? I don't know. Morning, Commander. Sorry to disappoint you, but other business brings us here today. Ida, Papalymo, always a pleasure to see the two of you. My men tell me your quest, in the name of Scions of late? Quite so, Commander. Little Bird told us the Twin Adders have need of our adventuring prowess. Aye, your little bird sings true. No doubt you've heard we've been investigating the Sylphs, the curious beast tribe that calls the depths of the 12-Wood home. The Sylphs are, for the most part, a peaceable bunch, much to the delight of the Elderseer, who has no desire to see your people embroiled in yet another fruitless war. The Twin Adders is of the same mind, and 'tis precisely for this reason that the Sylph's relation with the Primal Ramah has raised flags of warning among our ranks. Friendly as they may appear, beastmen will be beastmen. should there be any sliver of a chance that the summoning of primals might disturb the balance between Gridania and the Sylph tribes, it's a possibility we cannot ignore. Better be safe than sorry, indeed. Do we strike at Ramah or leave the Sylphs to their own ways? That is the question, yet I find myself lacking ample knowledge to arrive at an answer. Options abound within Gridania, but to listen only to one's own is among the greatest mistakes a commander can make. I would hear from other side the Sylphs themselves and seek impartial party to serve as my liaison. That's where the science come in. The Sylphs of Little Solace remain untempered and have held many productive dialogues with our people. I would hear their candid thoughts on their tempered brethren. That said, I urge you to exercise due caution. Sylph's tradition and etiquette bear little resemblance to our own. It would not do to have any cross-culture faux pas getting in the way of a productive parley. En route to Little Solace, you will come upon Hawthorne's hut. Our officer stationed there can enlighten you on how to win the Sylph's favor. May your expedition be a worthwhile one. A friendly Pelavir with the Sylphs, this should be a pleasant enough diversion. The Hawthorne's hut, was it? Why, I believe the ferry departs from West Shore Pier should take us straight there. A friendly Pelavir indeed. I hope this is as straightforward as you say, Papalimo. You know what? Well, I could, do this quest. I don't think I'm going to. Because I can now get my job stones. So I think I'm gonna go do that. Become a proper ninja and a proper, black mage. Alright, have a good night. Aelin, keep your stabber sharpened, I hope. Because I've got a job to be done, and I reckon the Dimper Damper, what put the executioners on the chopping block, it's just the one to do it. My men have sighted some shifty types around Wampoto Lake. No code-breaking crews, so far as I know. And that's the rub. We don't know half as much about them as I'd like. They claim to be simple peasants, refugees from some far-flung realm, but I don't know many peasants who skulk about in the Darklands as much as they've been doing. So long as they're not breaking the code, they can do as they please. But being who we are, it falls to us to look into the matter and make sure it's all Bob. And my gut tells me this may be a two-rogue job. I've sent Underfoot on ahead. So pull on your best beater cases, head to Wineport, and meet with him there. I don't know if I can teleport. Not teleport, but I can, yeah, no. Not easily. Aelin, when Jack said he'd be sending one of the guild's canniest morts along after me, I had a feeling it might be you. Now I'd love to tell you old Underfoot's already whittled the whole scrap on our friends, but truth is, I've turned up more questions than answers. They claim to hail from the Southern Sea Isles, but me little birds at Milvan's gates were the last man on some piss-poor mummery. There's no record of such a ship sailing into port. Looks like it falls to you and me to take a closer snelch. I hope you brought your sharpest stabbers, and there is no telling who were. Do you hear that, lass? Either old Underfoot's gone daft, or some mort just screamed for dear life. Something tells me our task is about to take a turn for the interesting. Let's say we go see what it is. Have mercy, I'm but a simple milkmaid, not a single guild to my name. Rest easy, lass. My friend and I don't mean you no harm, though I must say, you got me curious. What in the name of the 12's happened here? I had just come down to purchase some supplies. No sooner had I walked through the gate then I was suddenly accosted by 3 burly drunkards who demanded that I hand over all my possessions. To my good fortune, it seems men had partaken a bit too heavily, and they saw the meager contents of my coin purse that began squabbling amongst themselves. A fist fight ensued, and before I knew it, 3 men were laying on the ground just to see them now. Sounds like Nemia smiles upon you today, lass. Though I might suggest you be a bit more careful on your next visit. All manner of scurvy swords frequent these parts, and you'll find that not all of them are blundering lackwits like your friends here. Thank you for your concern, good sir, and rest assured that I will take your word to heart. Good day to the both of you. Well, Aylin, how did that girl's wit strike you? You too. I was thinking the very same. Squabbling amongst themselves? Just look, there's barely scratching any of these loads. Aye, I'd wager there's some more to rum doxy than she's letting on. Come on, let's go on a drag and see what she might be hiding. All your friends disappeared. I saw Meowdymos was here just a moment ago. And the right mess we've got here. You reckon these guys got the wrong side of our lass? One thing's for sure. They're no more peasants than you and I. Look at those stabbers, tells me much. I have failed. I beg you, take this. Return to Master Aboro to Lady Tsubame. Too late. Poor Sod's dead. As for this stone, your guess is as good as mine. Lucky charm or sorts may have? Any roads, we best start moving. Or do beat her before the last gets away. Her footprints lead in the direction of Upper Lenosi. I just remembered I can do this. Are you actually gonna come this far? That's what I thought. She hides behind a tree, as if that could hide her from me. Didn't really think she could fool me with those silly rags, did she? Or did she? Perhaps she's not as clever as we believed. And a mysterious savior who rushes to the damsel's defense. Such bravery, such compassion. Such folly. Little does she know the girl is more than capable of taking care of herself. Right on cue. Oboro, the dim leap into the scene to save his dear little swallow in the most unsurprising surprise attack the realm has ever seen. Cease your ramblings, Karasu, before I rip that tongue from your bloody beak. Yow! Our hero is wounded, a stab through the heart. His childhood friend stands before him, blades drawn, hatred in their eyes? Oh, the tragedy of it all. The audience sobs. And what's this? A couple of bit players who have forgotten to leave the stage? Did no one tell them their part of the play was long since over? Oh, the faceless rogue shows a surprise attack. Perhaps she's yet a role in this play. I will say this much, unlike a certain someone, at least you intrigue me. But other matters demand our hero's attention. And so, the first act must draw to a close. Come, my pet. Wait. Karasu. Ever quick to retreat, that one. The two from Wineport. Did you follow me here? Beg pardon, miss. My friend and I here on behalf of the dutiful sisters. And you, sister, have some questions to answer. I lived on the underbelly of society long enough to recognize when a man's more than he seems, so makes this easy for us. Lass, just who exactly are you? And what are you doing here? And here's hoping, for both your sakes, that doesn't involve breaking no code. So you're the rogues whom I've heard so much about. Forgive me. We were remiss not to seek you out sooner. Very well. You should know all there is to know. My name is Oboro, and she is Tsubame. We hail from a village in Doma, several thousand miles across the sea. We are, but perhaps you should have no word for what we are. In our own tongue, one might call us shinobi. Doma, the Imperial Province? The same, though it did not have to be so. Our countrymen fought with honor against the might of Garlemald. What we lack in numbers, we made up for with martial prowess. The battle we could have won, have we not been betrayed by one of our own. Our every secret, our every move known to our foe, the tides of battle turned on the morrow. Thousands of our countrymen were slaughtered, and at day's end, Doma remained under imperial yoke. The treacherous Kurd joined the imperial ranks as chief of covert planning, or so they say. That man you just met, Karasu, though I'm loath to call him a man. To this day, he whispers in the ears of Garleans, making a mockery of those who once called him friend and brother. No longer. We have come to Eorzea at our village elder's behest to see Karasu pay for his crimes with his life. Come to mill treacherous Rook, who blew the gab on his comrades? You sound like right Bene Cove. Consider old Underfoot impressed. Forgive me, this land and its tongue are still new to us. Nonetheless, We were able to lure Karatsu here, but more than a few of our comrades gave their lives in an effort. Now this was their sacrifice for naught? Ah, you have my gratitude. When one of our kind falls, tradition dictates that we return their soul to the village, and it may rest with its ancestors. What? Our fallen brother's soul calls out to this woman? Could it be a sign we're fated to fight as one? And make you an offer. We'll instruct you in our art, the art of ninjutsu. In return, you will share with us the knowledge of the land. Might it serve in our mission. But Oboro, she's not Doman. She's not of the village. Look around you, Tsubame. Our brothers and sisters are fallen or gravely wounded. And today's failure makes it all too clear. We cannot hope to stand against Karasu without knowing the lay of the land. Can't say I'm thrilled about the prospect of losing a dimmer dammer like yourself, but hells. In my younger days, I like been keen to try my fans at some of those techniques myself. And the more my waddles take in, the more those two strike me as Benar and Benar folk. If ye can lend them daddles, I'll not be the one to stand in your way. If you would know more, come to the dock storehouse at Raincatcher's Gully. We shall await you there. Who'd have figured, eh? Anyway, choice is yours, Aelin. In the meantime, I'm gonna head back to Lincoln and report to Jack before he comes to give me a good clout on the knob. Ah, there's Meowdy Mouse. And so we meet again. Am I to take your presence to mean that you have chosen to accept our offer? Okay. I need to refill my water. I'll be back in a moment. I'm back. I have these like ginger candies, and they're good, but they are like the spiciest ginger, like not even artificial ginger, but like ginger if you're not just eating straight ginger thing I have had. So I have this massive bag of them, and they're so hard to eat. Oh. Well. There we go. He's banned now. What I would tell you next, I would tell you out of Earshot of Strangers. Bayaka Boo has been instructed to let only trusted visitors through the door behind me. When he speaks to you, Ayame, you're to answer Kaede. You need not know what the words mean, only that they'll grant you entrance. That's okay. Welcome, Aelin. You stand within the provisional base of operations my people have established in your land of Eorzea. May not look like much, either without or within, but it is precisely the point. We find it is the ideal vantage point from which to observe the coming and goings of Karasu and his men without attracting undue attention to ourselves. My fallen brother saw you as a worthy inheritor of his soul. To honor his memory, I entrusted to you. But soul alone will not make you a shinobi. No, this will require training of body and mind. Our art, the art of ninjutsu, originates from our ancestor many years ago. Since then, it has been passed down with each generation, mother to daughter, father to son. We draw power from the world around us, the heavens, the earth, and the heart of man, and channel this power into a physical form. I am told that this is similar to your concept of aether, was it? I must confess, the Eorzean words and ways remain unfamiliar to me. How does one channel this power, you ask? Through the use of mudra, hand gestures that call forth each of three forms of energy of which I spoke. First mudra I'll teach you will call the power of the heavens. In Doma, we call this 10. You're eager to learn, yes? Attune your soul to that of my fallen brothers, then approach me once more. It is then that your training will begin. Yes, I can sense it. Though you're not of our blood, the soul of my people is strong with you. You are one of us now, a shinobi. And yet, your training has only just begun. Heed my words well, Aelin. For the shinobi, blades and minds are one. The weak mind gives rise to a weak blade. The false mind gives rise to a false blade. But the mind that is strong and true, the blade will know no equal. Such were the teachings of my master, and his master before him. The shinobi must keep a presence of mind at all times, or his blade may as well be one of grass. That is the lesson of mind. Now shall we begin the lesson of body? You'll recall, the art of ninjutsu involves using hand gestures calling mudra to summon energies of heaven, earth, and man, ten, chi, and jin, in the Edoman tongue. Myriad techniques can be unleashed depending on the mudra you combine with the others in which you do so. But perhaps I'm getting ahead of myself. A child must learn to walk before he can run. To begin, I would see you master your first mudra, 10, the mudra of heaven. Summon the energy of the heaven and project forth from your hands a flaming star, or Fuma Shuriken. Outside the storehouse, you'll find a Mokujin, a wooden man of swords, traditionally used in Doma for training. Do as I have told you, strike it with a Fuma Shuriken. That I will observe your technique from a distance. Yes, that will do, Aelin. Clearly we did not misjudge your potential. Perhaps you have also felt your body become lighter. This is but another benefit of your training. You may find yourself able to dance through the air with your blades drawn. But be mindful, a true shinobi sees that no movement is wasted. You've demonstrated your skill as well against the wooden man. But wood does not strike back. Your next opponent will not be so docile. Prepare yourselves. Might I try and track my movements? I see. What Orbo means to say is that he's not seen anyone master the fundamentals of ninjutsu with such swiftness. Is that not so, Orbo? Oboro. I am capable of speaking for myself, Tsubame. But it is true, Aelin has exceeded even my own expectation. Her blade slices through the air as the fish glides through water. But that is enough training for the day. Now it is my turn to be a student, and you the teacher. I'd like to learn the ways of Eorzea. You'd instruct me, yes? You have my gratitude, Aelin. First, I would better know the terrain of Lanok. Something amusing. My bow? I see. I would have thought a simple gesture of courtesy would be so complicated, like this. Forgive him. Oboro has not been quite himself since coming to these shores. It seemed that neither the food nor the climate agrees with him. And let us not forget the stink of those infernal horse birds. And the more reason for us to complete our mission swiftly and return to more hospitable environments. Anyhow, Aelin, it would suffice for the day. Practice well your ninjutsu and return when you are ready for your next lesson. Those horse birds. It seems you have some practicing to do as well. Alright! Don't waste movement as I flip all the way back to Wineport. Then I should go become a black mage! Ah, very AFK. Still gonna flip in front of them. Switch jobs, I can no longer flip. Aelin, I've been waiting for you, in a way. Please, let me explain. Do you know of Murasagi Pit? It is a prison here in Ul'dah. In prison, a man will do most anything to keep his mind occupied. Of late, one inmate claims to hear the voices of Nald Thul. No doubt he has lost his mind after serving 100 years of a life sentence. But he knew of you by name, Aelin, and maintains the traders demand you win a gem of Chateau Shatoto in exchange for his release. A farce, no doubt. I make it for nothing more than maniacal ravings of a cell-crazed, sweaty-toothed madman. But I fear the only way to be sure is to free him of the pit. The prisoner's name is Kukuruka Tataruka. And, as if his story were not proof enough of his lunacy, he also styles himself of a black mage. But such magic was lost to Eorzea centuries ago. Who does this senile charlatan think he's fooling with such rubbish? Nevertheless, he has invoked the name Naldthal, and so the Order feels it unwise to ignore his words. Though I am still no believer. You have come, as he said you would. So let us get to the bottom of this, shall we? It may be that you are an agent of fate, or perhaps you are merely a crooked old man's accomplice. In either case, I'd ask that you travel to the High Bridge in Easter Thanlin, seek out the Plane of Fissure, the rift between this world and the next, fill whatever beast might lurk there, and water the earth with its blood. According to her jailed mummer, doing so will give rise to the gem of Shatoto. The gem is no more than a pretty stone oft mentioned in bedtime stories and tales of fairies. We shall see if it truly exists. I shall wait your findings here. Return to me when the deed is done. My health get to full first. There we go. Thaumaturge, hear me. Put up your weapon, friend. Kazage Chaha means you no harm. So you're the one whom Kikuraka prophecy speaks. By your hand was the blood of these creatures spilt on the earthen vein, was it not? Then you might have earned this gem of Shototo. Take it. You will know what to do with it when the time comes. With this, my part is done. Farewell for now. Well, you certainly smell as though you've been off spilling blood, but it will take more than a waft of foulness to convince me you're an agent of divine will. I take it yours was an eventful journey. It's exactly as described in the tales. Could it truly be? The gem of Shototo? Tales be good, I can feel the magic pulsing within. The tales tell me only soul blessed by the grace of Naldal are entrusted in the keeping of the gem. This is beyond coincidence. Must investigate further. And you must assist me, Ellen. This now involves you as much as any other. Still, I cannot shake my inner skeptic. If Kakurka somehow made a contact with the outside world, he may be manipulating adventurers such as yourself for ends yet unknown to us. I'll call an emergency council of the order. Please wait here. That will not be necessary. Karaka, what are you doing here? How have you escaped the pit? Watch your tongue, you insolent fool. Master has passed a century in meditation communing with the Nald Thald. You will address him with proper respect. The jailer of Marasaja pits are very different from the heretics of your order. Suffice it to say, they had wisdom enough to listen. Must I remind you? I will speak, Must I remind you again? The will I speak is that of Nald Thald himself. The true criminal is he who ignores the words of a god. Beware, Karaka! The 12 seldom spare those who claim their voice. This mummer's farce will be a disaster to us all. The cause of disaster is coming to come will be no words of mine, that be sure. Nald Thald spoke unto me. By his own declaration, the seal on the Void Gate will be broken. Once thrown open, it can close once more by none but she who bears the gem of Shetoto. I speak of you, Aelin Fireheart. The gem you hold is a mark of the Mage of the Black. With it in hand, you must now set forth to gather the keys needed to seal the Void Gate. Wait. You can't. I mean, you don't have the right to. I can't just let this happen. Silence, you howl-pated prig. Those who do not listen shall not be heard. You take for yourself the title of Thaumaturge, and so I will not suffer you to claim ignorance. You know as well as any of the existence of the Netherworld, rife with the shadows and monstrosities, the Void. As the power of the Void waxes, the barrier between it and our world wanes. Eventually, that barrier will falter and the Void Gate will open. Once it has, only a Black Mage of Eld can reseal it. This is sacrilege. As one who commands the force of destruction, I bid you go forth, Black Mage. The Gem of Shetoto is our sigil, the mark of the magic devote to the truth of dark arts. In it, you already possess the first key required to see the Void Gate sealed. You have taken the black, but time is needed before the black takes you. Before it permeates mind and body, the color every fiber of your being dark as pitch. Visit Malvaineth Sacarium and there hear the words of Laleh. Do not fear the power to destroy. Master it and with it destroy which would destroy you. Oh, I had someone give me a big hug while I was in cutscene, it seems. Master is meditating in his chambers. Renald Thud always speaks. The master must listen. He has entrusted me with guiding you on your path. You must walk alone yet. Come again when the black mage has grown strong within you. Alright. Well, with that, I am now both a ninja and a black mage. And right at about 9 o'clock, which is the perfect time to end. So let's go to in room and log out for the evening. But we joined a grand company, we got a chocobo, we got our jobs, we unlocked PvP. I think we did rather well for ourselves tonight. We actually made real progress. Good job in being a black mage, Aylin. I'm proud of you. And with that, thank you guys so much for joining me in another play session of Final Fantasy XIV. Hopefully later this week we'll get back to playing Persona 3. Probably Thursday-ish like usual, but who knows? Life's weird. I work 7 days in a row starting tomorrow. So there is a chance that things just won't happen the way that we plan. But it is what it is. Anyways, have a fabulous evening. Hopefully I'll see you later this week. But until then, have a good night. Good rest of your week. Bye.